When a child is sexually abused in the city of Chicago, it takes a special unit to handle those type of cases. The Special Investigations Unit of the Chicago Police Department is that unit.
My name is Kelly Brogan. I am a detective in the Special Investigations Unit, and I've been on the job for 17 years.
Jared Tim, detective. I have 7 years on the job.
Lieutenant Patty Casey. I'm a lieutenant in the Special Investigations Unit. I have 28 years with the Chicago Police Department.
My name is Detective Charles Hollandoner. I've been a Chicago police officer for over 25 years. I've been a detective for over 16, all 16 years. I spent in 079 the Special Investigations Unit here at the Children's Advocacy Center. About 10 years ago, I got involved with Cook County's Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force and the Chicago Police Department's Internet Child Exploitation Team.
Emily Rodriguez, I'm a detective. I work at the Children's Advocacy Center and I work at a Special Investigations Unit, and I've been on the job now for 21 years.
We work with a variety of partners, including the Department of Children and Family Services, victim advocates, the Cook County State's Attorney, and forensic investigators. We work as a team to investigate the sexual abuse of children.
On any given day, we can be doing search warrants. We could be watching forensic interviews live as they happen. We can be out searching for witnesses that we then bring in to interview. We'll lock them in with the state's attorney's office, and then kind of come back and regroup and see what else is needed on any given case.
There are days when I come in and I might have 1 arrest, I might have 2 arrests already in the books waiting for me to start working on. There are days where I might have interviews just set up, where I have multiple, I might just have 1. And there are other days where it might be a little quieter that day and I'm now trying to catch up on my paperwork.
We handle any and all cases involving child exploitation, whether it be sexting amongst kids in high schools or grammar schools, up to indecent solicitation on some of the social media, child pornography, whether it be proactive trading or anyone that's in possession of it, whether it be a kid or an adult.
We see approximately 2,000 cases a year, and this is pretty consistent year after year. We do our best to educate the public on prevention and recognizing signs of child abuse, and we encourage persons to report that they are victims of abuse, no matter when it happened.
One of the main things they worry about is no one believing them. Because when it goes on for so long, they think that, wait, something's wrong with me, I did something to deserve this. But when you're able to make that rest, you let them know that, hey, it's not your fault, we believe you, and we're going to help you out.
There is a child or an adult who has spoken. A lot of times they feel better once they've said something about it, and then they've pinpointed the person that's doing it, and a lot of times just pinpointing that person and hopefully stopping it from continuing to happen is probably the biggest reward.
Well, with the cases we do, it's protecting a kid. You know, if that 15-year-old was supposed to meet a 40-year-old guy and all of a sudden it becomes us, it's the line we've drawn. We've just saved somebody. And the issue is, if it wasn't me, it would be an actual kid. So every time we take one of these guys, every time one of my other cover accounts gets a guy to talk to them, that means they're talking to me and not a kid. So that makes me feel better to take them off the street knowing that it happens. And as far as the live cases go, the thing that sticks out with me the most is after a trial was done once, an 8-year-old girl wrapped her arms around me and said, "Thanks for making it stop."
And also the camaraderie in SIU itself is amazing. This is a team that probably the best team I've been on since I've been on the job, and it really feels good to be around people that understand what you're going through on a daily basis.
There are days, there are hard days. I think I've seen it amongst my coworkers. The majority of us are very tight-knit for the same reason, but at the end of the day, even the most overwhelming day does come with that satisfaction of we did everything we were supposed to do. And as I tell a lot of new detectives that come in here, it might not be the result you wanted in the end, but if you gave it everything you had and you did everything the correct way, you can't help but going home knowing you did the best that you could do and something positive came out of it.
I want detectives to know if you are coming here, we are a small unit, and for one thing, we're close. We realize that this is not an easy job, and we realize that it's a dark subject matter. I've had experienced detectives that work homicides tell me, I can't do that kind of work because it involves a child, and that's hard. It tugs at your heartstrings. But I want you to know that we really take into account that this is a stressful job. We watch out for vicarious trauma. We have Dr. Sobel from EAP come here once a year. We have breathing exercises that the psychologists do not only with their staff, but include us because we're part of the team. That if you come here, if this is something you want to do, we will help you make that transition. We will train you in child abuse and the way we do things here. It might be a little different from the area, but you are going to have a full support team, and we're going to do our best to make sure that you are successful.
There was a case of a carny worker that videotaped himself having sex with his 18-month-old neighbor's daughter and his own 12-year-old daughter. And the videos were found by his 10-year-old son on a flash drive. And the problem with what we do is I have to watch the videos, but not only do I have to watch them, but you have to listen to them. So a lot of people might say, oh, you know, child pornography is a victimless crime, but I view it as I'm looking at crime scene videos. And when you hear what these kids are going through, maybe you'd realize exactly what it is. So yeah, some cases they take a little toll on you and you gotta take a walk and kind of calm yourself down, but then you know it's all for the greater good in the end.
If you're somebody that's new and you really want to learn how to do detective work, this is the place that you will learn. We had a homicide detective come after, I don't know, 15 to 20 years being a homicide detective, and he was blown away at how much there is to learn. And so I think somebody knew that you will come here. Once you come here, you'll be able to be a detective anywhere.
It's a lot of work. It's hard work, but in the end, it's very rewarding. It's work that you want to stay overtime to do, work that you want to work hard for. We
need all the help we can get. This job isn't for everybody. What we do here is not. You have to have a stomach for it, but when we are protecting our most vulnerable assets in the world, and that's our kids. So if you think you can do it, you've got to try to do it because it is very rewarding when it's done.
I encourage anyone that really feels like they want to make a difference to consider coming to a unit like this, because you can change a child's life. Children that are sexually abused, they can heal, and we can be part of that healing process by getting them justice. So that's why they work here. Again, they can go somewhere and have an easier job, but that's not what they're about. My detectives are really the greatest detectives in the city. Good people that want to be the change.